Let's make homemade hummus, and I've got a couple tips to make it extra smooth. First, we're gonna boil some already cooked, drained and rinsed chickpeas in a pot with some baking soda. This is gonna really tenderize the chickpeas for a super smooth hummus. Meanwhile, add about a quarter cup of fresh lemon juice, couple cloves of garlic, and about a half a teaspoon of salt to a food processor and blitz to combine. Once the garlic is nice and chopped up, let that mixture sit for about 10 minutes to let the garlic mellow out, then add your tahini. Process your tahini and lemon juice mixture until it's light and fluffy. Then you're gonna add some ice-cold water. This is the other trick to a super smooth hummus. Next, you're gonna add your drained, rinsed, and overcooked chickpeas to the food processor along with a little cumin. Then turn it on and let it go. And lastly, once your mixture comes together, drizzle in a little extra virgin olive oil. Super smooth, super creamy hummus made with canned chickpeas. I topped mine with more olive oil and some sumac. And of course, I ate with my homemade pita bread, which, by the way, I've officially finished.
Okay guys, if you love avocados, you are gonna love these avocado chips. Here's a list of all the ingredients that you'll need. Go ahead and screenshot it. I used 2 medium-sized avocados and based the recipe off of that, so just keep it in mind. You're gonna mash your avocados and then add the rest of the ingredients. Be sure to salt and pepper to taste. I liked mine really salty. Even though the Parmesan is salty, I added extra salt. Mix all of these things together and then scoop them onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Once you have them all spread out, grease the bottom of a measuring cup and use that to flatten them out. You really want to try and get them as thin as you can. Then pop them in the oven at 325 for 30 minutes, flip and cook for another 10 minutes. These are so yum, so satisfying, and I really love them dipped in ranch. Enjoy!
Here's a quick and healthy treat. Start with some strawberries and cut them up into small pieces. Take some blackberries and do the same. I took some keto yogurt and spread it across a sheet pan. And then I'm gonna start to add my fruit. I added my strawberries, my blackberries, and then I also sprinkled up some flaked coconut on top. I threw it into the freezer for about 15 minutes, and then you break it up into smaller pieces, and it is the perfect yogurt bark. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Let me show you how I made these shrimp tacos on the Blackstone. I buttered up my griddle and started cooking some raw shrimp. I seasoned it with homemade taco seasoning and freshly squeezed lime juice. Once the shrimp was just about done, I put my cut-to-carb tortilla on the griddle along with some shredded Colby Jack cheese. I added my shrimp, some fresh pico de gallo, and some jalapeno cream sauce. This was so good.
3 garlic cloves mint, half a white onion diced, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 pounds of shrimp, a cup of Oaxaca cheese, 1 can of chipotle peppers and adobe sauce, and Mexican sour cream. In a hot pan, I'll melt my butter and add a little bit of olive oil so the butter doesn't burn. Now to add my garlic and my onions, and I'll cook until the onions are just about translucent. Let's add our shrimp, season with a little bit of salt and pepper, and while this is cooking, we're gonna make our sauce. In a blender, I'm going to add my peppers. I only used half a can because I don't want it too spicy, 8 ounces of sour cream, my Oaxaca cheese, and now blend. While this is blending, I chopped up some fresh parsley and added it to my shrimp. I also forgot to add milk to my sauce. Add about half a cup to a cup. Now that my shrimp is all cooked, they're all pink, I'm gonna add my sauce and let it simmer for 5 minutes. Now just a side note, when you're done blending your sauce, taste it. If you want it more spicy, add more peppers. If you want it less spicy, add more cream and milk. It's up to you. Let's eat.
Who wants a keto pizza snack? Only 4 ingredients here. You're gonna take some pepperoni slices and fill them in a muffin pan. Then you're gonna sprinkle with some Parmesan cheese. Next layer is going to be shredded mozzarella cheese. Then you're gonna add in another layer of pepperoni. And then after the pepperoni, you're gonna add in another layer of just mozzarella cheese. And then after that, you're gonna sprinkle with some Italian seasoning on top. After you get all of those filled, you are going to bake this at 400 degrees for 8 minutes. Scoop them out of the muffin pan and use them with your favorite low-carb pizza sauce. These are the best snack, super delicious, and totally fix that pizza craving. Love them so much. Like and follow for more.
If you love chocolate chip cookies but you're trying to stay healthy, get this on your menu. Get 1 1/4 cup of flour. I chose almond flour, half a cup of a sweetener. I'm using 100% stevia extract, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, a pinch of salt, half a cup of honey, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, 1 egg, and a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. Pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, plate it, and look at that deliciousness.
I bought Brussels sprouts just for this recipe. This was one of those recipes that I had saved for like hella long and never made it, so now we're gonna make it. Oh no, I already fucked up. You're not supposed to cut them, you just leave them whole. Steam them. Brussels sprouts are done. We add olive oil, soy sauce, maple syrup, sauce, and onion powder. I'm a little confused by this mix of flavors, but we'll see. Now the fun part, we mash them with a cup and then bake. They're ready. I don't have any plant-based yogurt to make like a cream, but oh my god. These are so good. Shut up!
Did you know you could make a Keto Baja Blast using 2 parts Diet Mountain Dew, 1 part Blue Powerade Zero? Hey!
Hey Keto Co family, tonight we're doing Keto Cheeseburger Casserole. We have our olive oil with our ground beef. We're gonna cook that up. We're gonna add in those onions. Look at them and all the flavor that they're gonna add. To that, we're gonna add garlic powder, a little Himalayan salt, black pepper, and oh my god, I can smell it. Next, we're gonna add no sugar added ketchup, yellow mustard, and Duke's mayo. Add in a little bit of cheese. Spread the cheese all the way on there, and in the oven it goes on 400 bake. And there you have it, 15 minutes later, cheeseburger keto casserole.
So I like to cook healthy meals, and I want to show you a healthy chicken tortilla soup that I cook in the Instant Pot.
It's gonna look a little something like this.
So first up, you take 2 chicken breasts and put it in your Instant Pot. Then I take a can of Rotel and dump it in the Instant Pot. Then I chop 1 onion up in my chopper. Then I dump that in my Instant Pot. Then I chop up 1 jalapeno in my chopper. And then dump that in the Instant Pot. Then you're gonna add 1 can of black beans, and you're gonna drain them and rinse them before you add them to the Instant Pot. And the spices I added was chili powder, Himalayan salt, cumin, and black pepper. Then you add 6 cups of chicken broth. Then you set your Instant Pot for 10 minutes and wait. Let it natural release for 10 minutes and then release the pressure. Shred your chicken, add your favorite toppings, and you're done.
Trying to lose a little weight before summer? I got you. Coconut date balls. To get the seed out, all you gotta do is squeeze from the bottom up. 1 cup of chopped dates, 1 cup of shredded coconut, and just a little pinch of flaky salt. And then blend it till it's smooth. Roll it into a ball. Dip your balls in some shredded coconut. Eat a couple of these between meals to keep you from snacking on junk food. In my mouth. Oh, baby. Yep.
Less than 300 calories, get some veggies in. Let's go. Personal pan broccoli frittata pizza. Let's get into it. First thing you need to do is take 16 ounces of frozen broccoli. I mean, you can cook it however you want. This is just showing you how I make my frozen broccoli. It's really delicious this way. You're going to add your garlic powder, sea salt, bake on 425 degrees for 15 minutes. Then once it's done, you're going to add to your food processor along with egg whites and coconut flour. And then you're going to process and then add to a 6.5-inch cast iron skillet after you've already sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. Air fry on 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes, and then add your toppings. I like to air fry for like a minute or so before adding the rest of the toppings so they actually stick and don't fly around. If you've air fried before, you know that some toppings will fly around, so that just helps with that.
I just hope I don't. If you're in the mood for sushi but eating in a caloric deficit, I have just the recipe for you. First thing you're going to need is rice paper, tofu, cauliflower rice, vegan cream cheese, avocado, and cucumber. Let's get it. Chop your tofu up into long rectangles, like so. Then air fry it for 15 minutes at 390 degrees. Then we're going to cook our cauliflower rice. And once it's cooked, we are going to take a damp piece of rice paper, lay down some cauliflower rice, lay down our tofu, cucumber, avocado, and cream cheese. Then we're gonna roll everything together. And for this sushi, there is no real technique. We're just going off of vibes, okay? Do what feels right. Once you're done, you're gonna chop off the ends, and you can eat them if you want to. And then we're going to cut the long part in half, and then we're going to cut it again. And you could end it at this step, but I went ahead and crisped it in the air fryer and boned it.